The Nova Guest List Podcast.
With Kieran McGuinness.
The very best in indie, alternative and homegrown music from the seriously addictive Radio Nova.
Yes, of course, that is the unmistakable Make Hay and Junk Drawer covering Cut Your Hair by Pavement. And the reason for that is there's a brilliant new compilation out by the Classic Hiss label. It's a compilation of Pavement and David Berman kind of associated covers called Long Miles and Laneways. And it's a brilliant listen. It's 16 tracks from some of the finest kind of alternative and underground Irish artists. So including like Skinner and Aoife Wolf and The Bonk, who I love, and Soft on Crime, and loads of these brilliant Irish bands. And we're very, very lucky because Simon from Classic Hiss is on the line. How's it going, Simon?
Hi, Kieran. How's it going? Not too bad. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. So, look, this is a brilliant compilation. So, can you tell us a little bit about what Classic Hiss is?
Well, where did it come from? Probably like a year and a half ago, a friend of mine, Colin. So, Colin has a band called Sneak Past Demons, and he was talking to his friend Gary Morrison, who puts out music under the name Aching Fawns, and they had an idea that they would do a split EP and cover Pavement songs. And there was way back a Pavement EP called Slay Tracks, like SLAY, and he thought, let's do one called SLEIGH tracks, so for the Christmas pun. And then he asked a few more people, and Colin, I play bass in his band, he said, oh, would you like to do one, because I do my own tunes? And I was like, yeah, sure. And it just snowballed. And all of a sudden, I think it was like July, we had 30 tracks. And like some people really had to kind of beg and cajole, and other people were really up for it. And then by the end, we had people asking, could they be on the compilation? But at that stage, we had too many. So that's kind of the genesis of the idea. It was just like, we even have a screen grab of the text message from about a year and a half ago from Colin. And originally it was like going to be some small little thing with a few people. And now we have this kind of monster double album.
Yeah, it's worked out really, really well, though. So this is the second kind of the 30 tracks called Long Miles and Laneways. And the previous one was Boreen and Backroads. And across the kind of 30 tracks or whatever, it's just such a kind of document of brilliant Irish underground music. It's such a pleasure. But it's not just for the fun of it. It's also for charity, isn't it?
Yeah, so everything raised, I think we've got about 1,500 so far, is going to goes to Gaza aid, some to activism. Majority of it going to aid in Gaza, so on the ground to help people out. Yeah, so that was the original kind of, we said, let's do it for a good cause. And so everyone's given up their time and given up their energy, and music brings people together. A lot of us don't know each other, but we could just trying to do something we can do together to help, because we're all horrified at what's going on in Gaza and what has been going on for nearly 3 years now. So everything raised will go to help people on the ground.
Yeah, well, it's a brilliant cause, of course, and it's a great album. So it's Pavement and kind of David Berman related, so Silver Jews and kind of solo stuff and poetry and all this kind of stuff. How did acts choose the songs? Was it their favourite songs? Did you give everyone a list? How did that all kind of come together?
Well, it was, some people knew immediately what they wanted to do, and then not everybody on the compilation will be very familiar with Pavement or with Silver Jews or David Berman's work. So some people, yeah, we're straight on, I want to do this track or I want to do that track. And then other people, there was a bit of a scramble. People wanted to do the similar one. So I know, for example, Drunk Drawer were keen to try something, maybe a lesser known track. But then we kind of hooked them up with Make Hay, and then they decided Make Hay's a big Pavement fan and she loves Cut Your Hair. So that's how that one came about. Some people were kind of asked for suggestions, and we said, I think maybe like Aoife Wolf, I think maybe Colin had said, well, what about this one? And kind of thought about what would suit people's styles. And then, yeah, like myself, I have a track on there, and I just went kind of trawling through something that would kind of fit what I think suits me. So, yeah, it was a bit of a mix. And like we've done a thing called sleeve notes with it, where lots of people have written about their connection to Pavement or David Berman. And yeah, some of them are quite funny, because there's a few people going, I absolutely don't like Pavement at all, but they've kind of grown to like them. Yeah, so it's really interesting. And those sleeve notes will be available. We're going to have them at a listening party this Saturday for people to have a look through, and we'll have them online as well.
Oh, well, yes, I was going to say. So tell us about the listen party this Saturday night in the Chelsea drugstore on Georgia Street, 25 Georgia Street. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we would have loved to have a listening party for the first volume, but we're all sort of amateurs at this and figuring it out. So it didn't happen, but I really wish it had happened. So we thought we definitely have to do it for volume 2. And we haven't met, like, I know some of the people on both albums. Colin probably knows a few more. When I'm talking about we, there's myself, Cliona, Oisin and Colin. We're the 4 people kind of behind Classic Hiss. So we just wanted somewhere we could meet anybody who's contributed to the album to like get to meet up and talk and get to know each other. And then anyone who's bought the album, you will have got a message on Bandcamp inviting you to come along. Anyone listening now wants to come along. So either we'll have not enough people or we'll have far too many people. But either way, we just want to get people all in a room, get them listening. And I'm a primary school teacher, so I'm going to have some activities there to keep people focused while the music's playing.
Oh, fantastic. Organised fun. So look, it's a joyful amateurism. You said you were amateurs, but I think, there is something that comes with that, which is labour of love stuff. And I think that's all over this compilation. So it is Classic Hits Presents. Volume 2 is Long Miles and Laneways, and it's covers of amazing tracks by Pavement and David Berman and people like that. Thanks so much for chatting to us, Simon.
No worries, Kieran. Thanks a million.
Yeah, and people can check it out on Bandcamp. Is that the best place to go?
Yeah, Bandcamp, or go to our Instagram, Classic Hiss, and everything will be there.
Yeah, Classic Hiss, that's HISS, of course, in case people haven't heard that. Simon, thanks so much and best of luck with the album.
Thanks a million.
Yeah, so let's play one of the finest tracks off it, I think. There's loads of brilliant tracks on it, but I really, this one stood out to me. It's by Irish artist Skinner, and it's No Life Sinder on Radio Nova.
The Nova Guest List Podcast with Kieran McGuinness. The very best in indie, alternative and homegrown music from the seriously addictive Radio Nova.